counterplay inside, picking his way back to the 10, to the 5.
It's time for high school sports, right here on your home for local sports, the NCWLIFE Channel. Today's broadcast is brought to you by Biosports Physical Therapy, Charter College, Confluence Health, Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, Global Car Care, Harvest Valley Pest Control, Les Schwab, One Way Construction, Rivercom 911, Save Mart, and Sangster Motors. And now let's get ready for high school sports. It starts now on your local TV station, the NCWLIFE Channel.
He's going to win it. Eastman's going to win the Bridge of Sportsmanship. It's Gregerson on the interception. And a good afternoon, soccer fans, and welcome to Lee Bofto Field here at the Apple Bowl. Under cloudy skies, it's like somebody flipped a switch and fall has suddenly arrived. And we're ready for girls soccer here today as the Wenatchee Panthers off to a 2-1 start in the non-league season take on the 1-1-1 Eisenhower Cadets. It's the first matchup in the Big Nine for Wenatchee. Meanwhile, the second game for Eisenhower. They come in with a 1-0 record in the Big Nine. We're going to talk with David Vasquez, the head coach for Wenatchee, about this matchup coming up as we bring you live soccer here this afternoon at Lee Bofto Field of the Apple Bowl. It's the Panthers and the Cadets coming up next on the NCWLIFE Channel.
For all the latest news in North Central Washington, go to ncwlife.com or find us on Facebook. Got a news tip? Email us at news@ncwlife.com or call 888-2020.
When the people you serve are your friends and family, you see the world a bit differently. You understand that your survival depends on the health and strength of your relationships. Your word is your reputation, and that doing the right thing is the only way of life that matters. At Confluence Health, we remain humble. Trust is a gift that is earned, a privilege, an honor. And we remain grateful for the trust you place in our hands.
Hey everyone, Fletcher and Amy Ellington here from Live It Up. In the investment world, ROI stands for Return on Investment. Well, how does better health, better wealth, and better relationships sound for ROI? Join us every week right here on NCWLIFE and learn how to invest in the most important asset, you.
We're going to answer your questions and provide some weekly inspiration so you can create a life that you love. Join us on Live It Up.
Hey, welcome back once again. Time to talk to the coach before we get kickoff here, and we're only a minute and a half away from that with the lineups going up. First of all, David, the preseason schedule is pretty much done. Talk about how the team has done so far.
Yeah, I mean, as always, there are areas worth applauding and other areas where we're needing to spend a little bit more time developing. So, but it gave us a really good chance to take a look at what we have and where we need to improve.
Talk about coming off of that tough loss to Kashmir here earlier and bouncing back in your first Big Nine test here today.
Yeah, I mean, it was a game of two halves, right? Second half, we dominated possession, we generated a ton of opportunities, but you know, we're just having a difficult time finding that final touch in the third, right? And I'm glad that we were able to have our first match of the league and see how we line up against our league foes.
Yeah, and let's talk about that. I mean, Big Nine finally back to playing teams north and south and everything else. With COVID and everything else going on, it's good to have that.
Absolutely, you know, it's we get to see some of the familiar faces from previous years and to have some sort of consistency too, know what we were expecting and know what we're looking forward to with these other teams. You know, traditionally there are certain teams that in our league they just play a certain style, so it allows us to prepare a little bit better.
Well, best of luck here today. Keep everybody healthy.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
David Vasquez joining us here on the pregame show. We'll come back and get you the lineups, get you kickoff from Lee Bofto Field of the Apple Bowl. It's the Panthers and Cadets next on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Come on, I'm a certified technician. I was trained to take good care of you.
9. I've only been to the dealer.
I've been coming here for years. These guys are great.
Look around. The BMW, the Jag, the Volvo, they're all waiting for regular service. Well, the BMW has a little computer issue, but that's nothing we can't handle. Come on in.
From regular maintenance to computer troubleshooting, trust the Global Car Care technicians with your import, diesel-powered, or domestic vehicle. Global Car Care. They speak your car's language.
Dankeschön. Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders,
or something else altogether, we provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free.
Harvest Valley Pest Control.
Hi, everybody. In North Central Washington, I'm Dan Kuntz, and I do the honors each and every weekday morning at 7 a.m. to bring you live local news, local weather, local sports. It's called Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. It's a fun show. I enjoy doing it. I invite you to watch it. It's Monday through Friday at 7 a.m. live right here on the NCWLIFE Channel. I interview movers and shakers. We have a good time. Start your day live and local. Wake Up Wenatchee Valley right here with yours truly on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Are you a take charge kind of person? Consider a career as a health unit coordinator. You'll work to keep health facilities running efficiently by coordinating medical providers, patients, and departments. The Charter College Certificate in Health Unit Coordinator program can get you up to speed on basic patient care, health records management, health and safety procedures, and medical billing. And the 10-month online program includes a computer you keep. Get started at chartercollege.edu, where we work to get you to work.
911, what is the address of your emergency?
Yes, it's me. It's my husband. I think there's something the matter with him.
It was a feeling that I'll never forget, like being able to meet them and know that he survived.
Okay, tell me what's happening. Is he conscious?
No, he's not.
Okay, take a deep breath for me. I'm getting you help.
Rivercom means to me that I still have my husband here with me. They're the ones that guided me through saving his life.
Let's face it, selling your good used vehicle can be a hassle, if nothing else. Consign your vehicle here at Global Elite Motors. When you do, you'll get the best possible price because of our proprietary selling system. We offer the ability to finance, add warranties, take trade-ins, and much, much more. Each consignment vehicle we represent is thoroughly inspected and marketed to attract qualified buyers. Let us help sell your quality vehicle. Buying a vehicle? Consigning a vehicle? Stop by Global Elite Motors on Wenatchee Avenue at Global Car Care.
Think premium can't be capable? Think again. Introducing the first ever AT4 lineup. Premium and capable. That's professional grade from GMC.
Once again, here to Lee Bofto Field of the Apple Bowl, along with my partner in the broadcast booth today, Matt Wisen. I'm Eric Granstrom filling in for Sebastian Moraga. Matt, so how do you see this one? First, out of the books, out of the gates for the Panthers here today in Big Nine play. And first of all, happy to have Big Nine soccer back.
Oh, it's great. Yeah, I'm not used to seeing a actual league opponent for – I don't know how long it's been.
2019 or spring of 2020, I guess. No, it would have been wiped out in 2020. So we're going back to 2019 or the fall of for Big Nine play for Wenatchee, Eisenhower, everybody else.
So, like I said, it's been a while since we've seen a league opponent, somebody on the same ground as the Panthers or even Eastmont. Eisenhower's had a pretty good start, only 2 games in, I guess. So they're 1-1. I think they've had a game.
Yeah, they had a tie in their opener against U-High.
1-0-1, I guess.
Right.
So, and watching them warm up, they look pretty solid. And Wenatchee's had some success also to start the season, but they've also had a little bit of inconsistency. You know, they dropped one against Kashmir. And I think maybe they thought they should have had that one.
Well, in talking with David Vasquez, the head coach, he said that was a tale of two halves. He says we kind of didn't show up in the first half, played much better in the second half, just didn't get the bounces that they needed to get.
Yep.
So let's take a look at the starting lineups here for both clubs before they enter the field. We have Wenatchee in the home blacks, the visitors Eisenhower in the white tops with the red and blue trim. For the visitors, as announced by their head coach, Noe Gutierrez, getting the starting goal will be Sarah Deem. Also starting senior Sierra Stout, Lily Rodriguez, Monica Garcia, Kennedy Leach, Sierra Downs, Esperanza Harle, Bella Deem, yes, they are sisters, Celeste Limon, Alyssa Lee, Jocelyn Viveros. That's the starters here for Eisenhower. They have a bunch out with injuries here today. Meanwhile, for the Wenatchee Panthers, as announced by David Vasquez, coming in with a record of 3-1, Olivia Harle, Hallie Stegman, Natalie Bowles, Emily Eckert, Lillian Demas, Jada Casina, Mason Hegman, Talia Hurst, Talia Hurst, Giselle Sanchez Blanco, Anna Jarecki, and Grace Coons. And we're underway with kickoff as Wenatchee will take it from left to right as we look at it here at the Apple Bowl. Overcast skies, cool temperatures here today. Somebody flipped a switch, Matt. It suddenly became fall.
Yeah, I was done with summer. I mean,
yeah, we need, the hot, yes, yeah, definitely.
We need rain like I need a haircut, really bad.
63 degrees at game time as we get it underway here today at Pioneer Middle School, Recreation Park, or not Recreation Park, but Triangle Park here, as we have soccer underway, and the ball out of bounds on the far side will be a throw-in for Wenatchee. We'll get you a rundown of what happened in high school football last night. Take a look at the calendar today as far as what's on the schedule for high school, not only football, but soccer and such. So we'll get that for you as we continue here on the NCWLIFE Channel, broadcasting live. Thanks for tuning in. The ball goes into the foot of Demas, but then redirected by Eisenhower. We get a whistle on the play, and it will be a kick here for Wenatchee. So a penalty kick, and this will be taken for the Panthers by Lillian Demas. The senior will kick it off to the left. Excuse me, that was Holly Stegman with the kick, and now Natalie Bowles over there tried to feed it ahead, but it will go across the end line. It will be a goal kick here for Eisenhower. So underway here, opening moments of this one. And apologies for getting things started late today. Seems that Eisenhower, no matter the sport, has some sort of an issue with their busing. Such was the case again here today, where they arrived on site about an hour late, had to play the freshman game late, and so that has caused us to be a little bit late with our broadcast here this afternoon, but we're underway and happy that you could join us on the NCWLIFE Channel. Talia Hurst will feed it ahead on the right side to Lillian Demas. Ball intercepted for a moment. Giselle Sanchez Blanco getting after it. Will feed towards midfield, but nobody there. And intercepting is Monica Garcia for the Cadets. And she'll race ahead and try to get to that free ball down there, battling with Jada Casina. Casina comes up with it. She'll feed ahead to Bowles. Bowles backwards it will go to the foot of Grace Coons over there on the far side. Coons collects it again, as the Panthers will back it up and try to reverse direction of the field and come near side to Sanchez Blanco. She's directing traffic while she's dribbling. Nice move there. Comes near side with it to Hurst. Hurst with a feed ahead. The battle going on as Olivia Harle was trying to get after it. Alyssa Lee back there to defend, and she'll take it out of bounds. It'll be a throw in here for Wenatchee. So Sanchez Blanco will do the throw in here for Wenatchee. Glances off of a shoulder. Ball dribbled nicely for the Panthers by Olivia Harle. It'll go out of bounds again. This time it glanced off the foot of Sierra Downs for Eisenhower. Be a throw in for Wenatchee. Throwing glances off of the foot of Hurst and will be turned over to Eisenhower. Looks like the Cadets touched it last here near sideline, so a throw in again for Sanchez Blanco. Throws in that looked like it hit the arm of Demas. No call from the official, as it will glance up into the stands and be another throw in for Wenatchee. Throw in again by Sanchez Blanco. and headed quickly out of bounds for the Cadets by Alyssa Lee. I count 1, 2, 3, 4 players for Eisenhower that would normally be in the starting lineup that are out due to injury here today. So a depleted roster for the Cadets and their head coach, Noe Gutierrez.
Yeah, that's a tough thing to do. Come on the road with 4 of your players out.
Panthers trying to direct traffic on the far side, and then Eisenhower will just get it out of their end of the pitch for a moment and then collect it over there for Wenatchee by Grace Coons, who will go up the far sideline. Good lead pass, but 2 Panthers in the neighborhood, and it's going to have to be Bowles that'll collect it for the Panthers. And then back it up again as they'll try again on the offensive set. Back to Bowles again. She's feeding ahead, but nobody's there. Going to be an easy one for goalkeeper Sarah Deem. Deem coming off of a shutout win for the Cadets over Sunnyside earlier this week on Tuesday night in their opener in Big 9 play. And it doesn't matter who you play, getting a shutout is a big thing in soccer.
Yeah, even when you're dominant, and the goalie is back there, really hasn't had a chance to work, and can sometimes just start daydreaming a little bit, and
absolutely
weird things happen, and you can give up a fluke goal pretty easily.
Panthers again chasing after it down in the corner. It's going to be a goal kick here for Eisenhower, as giving chase but not able to quite track it down was Lillian Demas, the senior forward for the Panthers. So another goal kick for Eisenhower. And instead of the keeper, it'll be Alyssa Lee, sophomore defense player, will do the goal kick duties here for Eisenhower. Comes out near side to Viveros, but it's picked away by Wenatchee. Panthers with a chip ahead again, trying to get that 2-person game going. Stegman looking for Demas, but again, a pass a little bit to Arendt and in front, and harmlessly for Eisenhower. Goes past the end line. It'll be another goal kick.
Well, she's doing a good job of sharing the ball, keeping possession, and being patient. And losing the ball over the end line every once in a while isn't such a bad deal if you're trying to stretch the defense and push them a little bit. So, yeah, so far I think Wenatchee's opening up pretty good.
Goal kick this time will be by Lily Rodriguez. Gets out towards midfield. Nice job of dribbling there by Bella Deem. And bodies collide, no whistle. Panthers intercept it. Hurst near side will collect it back here, just past midfield. Scoreless so far. 7 minutes in here at the Apple Bowl today. Eisenhower had looked like a little momentum there for a second as Viveros tried to feed ahead, but good job by the Panther defense back there. Bella Deem was in position, couldn't come up with it for the Cadets. Now a chip ahead by Garcia on the far side as the ball now played in the Wenatchee end. A 4-on-4 here, but easily taken care of by the keeper for Wenatchee. Anna Jarecki, by the way, in goal for the Panthers here. Well, you hear a lot of talk by both sides out there. I always like to hear that as a coach, right?
Yeah, both teams definitely communicating very well, and they seem to be, very well connected to each other. And communication's the first and foremost link to that.
Hegman on the near sideline was trying to get after it, but that ball's going to go out of bounds. It'll be a throw in here for Eisenhower. Panthers trying to triangulate back here on the near side, and they intercept that ball. Let's see what they can do this time. Harle had it. Off to Hegman. Back to Harle. Hegman running in the corner, ran out of room. It went off of her leg out of bounds. That'll be a throw in for Eisenhower. Well, you can see the idea for the Panthers here. Just not quite the execution they were hoping for at this juncture of this contest.
Yeah, but some of it is fairly well disciplined in defense right now and doing a pretty good job of getting numbers back and cutting off some running lanes.
Yeah, you talk about separation and spacing. I'm seeing that on the Ike defensive side here, too. Good spacing by the defense.
Yep. And they seem to have things covered pretty well right now. They're going to make things difficult for Wenatchee, so Wenatchee just needs to pull the ball back maybe and look to move it, to switch points of attack a little quicker.
Sanchez Blanco with the throw in, and the ball centered, but the Cadets right there again, as Matt was talking about. Sanchez Blanco backs it up to Stegman. Stegman with a feed ahead. Here's a chance, and it will just go wide of the goal mouth on the shot by Demas from the left side.
Yeah, you saw that. They pulled it back, and then they switched the point of attack and came in from the width a little faster there, and just almost drew that near that far post.
That was close. A couple of feet off is all for the Panthers on that attempt on the far side by Lily Demas, senior for the Wenatchee Panthers.
A very good vision by Harle there and finding that runner coming through a narrow passing lane, and she threaded that perfectly.
Goal kick comes out towards midfield. Wenatchee there again takes the ball back. Higman, near side Sanchez Blanco. They tried a little give and go there. Deflected by Eisenhower, picked up again by the Panthers. Far side, let's see if they have more success on that left side again. This time, though, stepping in the middle of it was Garcia. Monica tried to kick it out of bounds, looked like, but no, Wenatchee there on the far side to keep it in and keep it in play. Nice job there by the Panthers. Cosina ahead, now they'll back it up and go reversing the field to Eckert. Near side on the sideline for the Panthers who had it was Hegman. And this ball intercepted long enough for Eisenhower to kick it out of bounds. Throw in for Wenatchee near sideline. We're in the 11th minute, almost 12th minute of this first half. Scoreless so far here at the Apple Bowl. Double team out there, and Eisenhower steals the ball away. Stout at midfield, but then right back come the Panthers. Bowles has it. Here's a feed ahead. Can they stretch the defense again? Demas, far side in the corner, left footer. Glances off a Cadet. She'll keep it alive, but then stepping in front and knocking it out of bounds. Nice job defensively by Kennedy Leach there, senior captain for Eisenhower. Throw in again comes into the Panthers as Natalie Bowles had it. She'll back it away. Good job of footwork over there by Stegman. Harle feeds ahead, but looked like her teammate got tied up on the far sideline, couldn't get after it, so it'll be across the end line. Another goal kick here for Eisenhower. Well, they're keeping the pressure on, Matt, that's for sure.
Yeah, definitely. And just keep knocking around, figure out how you can set up some mismatches and take advantage of that. Right now they're working through several plays and trying to figure things out, doing well.
We're expecting some rain showers here this afternoon. We were hoping to get this game in before those rains come. They're saying now probably around 3 o'clock, good chance for rain. Might be about the time we're wrapping things up here at the Apple Bowl today. Well, Wenatchee might give the ball up at midfield there momentarily, but each time they've been able to wrestle it back from the Cadets. So a good job by Wenatchee. As a chip ahead here, this looks interesting. On the drive is Olivia Harle, and a nice job by the keeper to come out and slide in front. Took her own teammate out in the process. Great defense there for Eisenhower.
Really good job keeping there. Stood her ground, stayed strong.
Stegman. She's going to try. Stretches the defense, chips it across, and just outside. Holly Stegman right there on the doorstep. Just could not get that left footer to go. A whistle here. We'll get a substitution for Eisenhower, as into the game will come Leslie Sanchez. The junior will replace Sierra Stout. First substitution of the game. And another goal kick for Eisenhower. Defending the end to the north here at the Apple Bowl. Header for Wenatchee by Stegman. Sanchez Blanco collects it out towards midfield, directing traffic and guiding the ball ahead. It will come back to her left foot where she'll send it on the far sideline. Again over there, Demas. Now Wenatchee tried to back it up. Eisenhower stepping in front and redirecting it into the Wenatchee end. But again, the Panthers do a good job of folding back and helping out. And Sanchez Blanco will pass ahead to Hurst, to Leah, out towards midfield. And there was Bowles, but so too was the defense by Eisenhower. So Sanchez Blanco will collect it back on the near sideline. Tried to do a little triangulation there, but good job of defense by Eisenhower, this time by Jocelyn Viveros. Sanchez Blanco, again, ball ricochets out of bounds off of Viveros, and it's out to Wenatchee on a throw-in.
How many years have we been saying Sanchez Blanco?
Yeah, a couple of sisters involved in that parlay, that's for sure.
Very talented family there, and just it's a pleasure watching these families come through with that have soccer in their blood, that really put in great performances.
Substitution coming in for Wenatchee this time, as we'll try to get the number on the new player. It looks like a number 5 that's coming in. That would be Sofia Garcia in for Wenatchee to replace Jada Casina. And meanwhile, throw in down in the Wenatchee end of things by the Panthers. Throw in will come in to Hegman. She is bumped and then lost control, and so now it's out to Eisenhower. And a throw in by Sierra Downs this time for the Cadets. She'll go down in the near sideline low. Wenatchee had it for a moment, but then Downs collects it back. She tried to feed across to her teammate Belladine, but Wenatchee right there to intercept it. Panthers, though, intercepted in midfield. Let's see if the Panthers can get something going here. A feed ahead. Ooh, looked interesting for a moment as Hegman was running the near sideline, but that ball too far ahead for her, so it'll be picked up by the goalkeeper, Sarah Deem. Good punt that time by Deem. Goes all the way into the Wenatchee end. About 50 yards on the punt. And the ball going to go out of bounds on the far side, and this will be a throw-in for Eisenhower. Well, we've played a lot of this first half in the Eisenhower end here, but scoreless so far in this opener of Big Nine play for the Panthers. Again, Eisenhower coming in 1-0 in Big Nine play after picking up a 2-0 win earlier this week against Sunnyside. 17th minute of action here at the Apple Bowl. Cadets have numbers here. Kind of a misconnection by Wenatchee momentarily, but the Panthers picket fence back there in good shape. A little give and go near sideline. Collecting it is Hegman. Ball knocked out of bounds, however. It's off of Wenatchee and be a throw-in for Eisenhower. Sierra Downs with the throw-in for the Cadets. And she'll just throw it right out of bounds again. Oh, they're going to say Eisenhower ball.
Never went in, I guess.
Oh, okay. So back to a throw-in. That's interesting.
Yeah, it's a strange rule where you can take a throw-in if it never goes in. I guess it was never in play, so nothing ever officially happened.
Technically, it can't be a turnover if it was never in play, right? Now, speaking of turnovers, that's a turnover.
That is a turnover.
Throw in for the Panthers here. Ball glances up high, hit a shoulder, and then comes down on the foot of a Cadet. Off of a Panther out of bounds. Sanchez Blanco was there. Now another throw-in for Sierra Downs for Eisenhower. She's certainly getting her practice here on the near sideline. Throw-in comes in. Wenatchee intercepts. Ball out towards midfield. Olivia Harle couldn't collect it. So the ball goes over to Eisenhower. Left-footed boot there by Alyssa Lee. I can certainly see the fleet footness of Monica Garcia for Eisenhower. You can see why she's on the attack over on the far side. Number 5 on your television screen.
Yeah, they definitely have some threats there. Wenatchee's doing a good job of keeping them surrounded, keeping play in front of them.
Yeah, every time that ball goes in, somebody's marked. That's for sure. Throw in on the far side by Kennedy Leach, captain for the Cadets. Header, and that will harmlessly fall into the grasp of Anna Jarecki. And so Jarecki will punt it out towards midfield. Seems like our clouds have thinned a little bit, threatening almost sunshine here this afternoon. boot ahead. Wenatchee on the weak side is Hagman, but will she be able to do anything with it? She is able to collect it in the corner, then redirect it back in, and the ball glances off of a foot, and unfortunately that'll be it. Talia Hurst cannot corral it, and so picking it up is Sarah Deem, the keeper for Eisenhower. Other games that are happening today on the soccer schedule around North Central Washington. You had earlier, in fact, game should be about wrapped up. Omak at Bridgeport, Reardon hosting Brewster. West Valley at Ephrata, Cascade at Sela. Those were noon start times. And then coming up, in fact, just a few moments away from Eastmont at home this afternoon at Wildcat Stadium against Moses Lake, and St. George's at Okanagan here in North Central Washington.
Yeah, I kind of like afternoon football games. I know high school is traditionally Friday night, but during the lights or during daytime, Saturday afternoon, I don't know, I really like that. I wish Pac-12 would start going more towards daytime games.
Oh, the late night stuff when they kick off at 7.
It's brutal.
Well, and it seems like 5 hours for a college football game to be played.
Oh, it's horrible. I mean, there's 1 hour on the clock, and it takes over 3 hours to play a game.
Oh man, it is something else.
And there's actually
right-footed kick here by Wenatchee. Nice opportunity for Olivia Harle, but right there again with the block and scooping it up is Sarah Deem.
Here's my pro football.
Okay. Now you're talking football.
I'm talking
right, not soccer,
football,
but
okay. Here's my pro soccer.
Yes.
I guess.
Yes.
Bandwagon, I guess. You've got 90 minutes or high school 80 minutes of a clock, and the majority of that time is actually spent playing
the game.
Right. Which is why they have extra time to make up for that little bit of game wasting that could happen.
Sure.
You've got, if you're, say, an NFL game where you've got an hour on the clock and you're only a one-position player, so you're not playing two sides of the ball, you're about 12 minutes of actual play time.
Yeah. It's amazing when you start, because that's, believe it or not, that's how they pay the NFL players. You're paid for how much you play. And when you start breaking it down for the snaps and things like that, there's a lot of guys who make a lot of money on very few plays per game.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Definitely. Anyway, both of those games, and we started this out a lot with daylight playing.
Right.
And I'm just getting old, I guess. And, I really like
it's easier for our older eyes to see when it's daytime outside. That's for sure.
And when you get 7, 8 o'clock game, that's closer to my bedtime.
That is tough. That is tough.
Couldn't imagine being a Pac-12 fan and living on the East Coast.
Oh, yeah. No. Game doesn't start until 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night. Yeah. Well, I mean, I was tuned into ESPN here last Sunday, and I thought, they're playing a replay. It was the Mets and the Yankees. No, the game was still going on, and it was 11:45 at night on the East Coast. And I'm like, oh, my Lord. And they were only in the, 6th inning.
Wow.
Yeah, kind of tough. Speaking of baseball, the Mariners picked up a win yesterday in Kansas City, 6-2. So still alive, but, boy, a tall hill to climb to try to get into the postseason for the first time in 20 years. Wenatchee on the far side on the attack here. Olivia Harle again. Collects it down in the corner. Nice dribble past the defender. Oh, she gets past two. She'll shoot, and she scores! Oh, what a play by Olivia Harle with the goal here in the 23rd minute.
Fantastic job. She just, the defense wasn't bad there. They had the pressure. They had the cover player. Just Harle did a good job of getting around and setting up her shot, and couldn't have put it in a better spot. And she's not going against amateurs here. These are decent players that she's going against. So fantastic job, Wenatchee.
Heck of a solo attack there for Harle. And now Olivia raising havoc with Eisenhower in Ike's end of things. And she came and tried to pick it away from Alyssa Lee. Far sideline it goes, where Wenatchee will collect it over there. So the Panthers up 1-0. Midway through this first half. Matt, I like what they're doing, too, and you've mentioned this a couple of times here. If it's not working on one side, they're backing it up nicely and reversing field.
Yeah, they've been working on this for a little while. Wenatchee is kind of built out of the back play, good patience, good communication, and And you can really see that with this team. If it doesn't work, they pull it out. They try a different way. But the key is to communicate and to maintain possession.
Substitution for Wenatchee into the game for the first time is Piper Davidson, sophomore midi, here for the Panthers. I guess I kind of used a lacrosse term, didn't I? Saying midi.
Midi?
Midi.
That must be, yeah.
Near sideline. Speaking of which, Davidson, feet ahead, and we're going to get offsides on the Panthers here. Nice idea. Olivia Harle a little bit too far in front of the defense along with the ball.
Yeah, good pass through. And you got to keep them honest once in a while, and good forwards do find themselves offside a few times a game, and that's fine.
That's the whole point, right? Yep. That's why they call them forwards.
Yep.
So a penalty kick here. Alyssa Lee will take care of the duties. Header by Sanchez Blanco out towards midfield, and kind of got around a bunch of bodies, and who's going to pick up? It'll be Eisenhower. But again, right there, she's everywhere. Holly Stegman. Near side it comes. Sanchez Blanco will chip it ahead to Davidson. Piper backs it up, looking for some help. Ball caroms off of a foot of a cadet and then redirected by Eisenhower, but out towards midfield. It's a free ball here. We're going to get, I think, a little shove on Wenatchee this time, as Natalie Bowles is trying to get herself positioned there at midfield alongside Leslie Sanchez. And I'm going to say, Natalie, that was a little extra shove there. So free kick at midfield for the Cadets. Try to center it. Ball ricochets off of her own teammate there. Wenatchee backs up the defense. Sanchez Blanco looked like it hit a hand, but no call. And this time, wisely, Wenatchee will just take it out of bounds off the foot of Emily Eckert, so it'll be a throw-in for Eisenhower. Cadets got a decent push that time.
Yeah, they're starting to get a little more numbers forward. They've been leaving their forward up high, just kind of on an island, and she's kind of been ineffective. But when you're surrounded by 4 defenders,
yeah, it's kind
of
going
to be that way.
Yeah, exactly. Throw-in comes in. Wenatchee right there to pick it away again. Davidson comes up with it. She'll feed across over on the left side of Bowles. Natalie takes it mid-stride. Up the field, Davidson giving chase and trying to dribble it was the Eisenhower cadet there, Alyssa Lee, and a battle for it down in Ike's end. Lee gets the better, but then she's going to try to just kick it out of bounds. She does. Or will it be off of Wenatchee? They're going to say that's off of Wenatchee? Wow. Throw in for the Cadets.
Yeah, I was just a little bit obscured by the window frame there and couldn't quite see.
Throw in near sideline, kind of a dangerous throw in. We've seen one already that was thrown from out of bounds. And they nearly did it again. This time it does go out of bounds off of Wenatchee, so a throw in again for the Cadets.
Yeah, she's close with her throw-ins a little bit, walking a tight line between what's called a fair throw and a foul throw. And
Sarah Downs is certainly getting her practice here. Now they're going to say it's a Wenatchee ball, and I thought it hit a shoulder of the Panther that time, so shows you how good or bad my eyes are. As Wenatchee reverses direction again, Stegman trying to feed it ahead for Harle, who has 1 goal so far in this 1-0 contest. Eisenhower, though, defenses it nicely. Sanchez Blanco near midfield had a knee come up high. She looks like she's going to be okay. Kind of a dangerous play there. And the official right on the spot says she was just, Esperanza Harle was just trying to go after the ball and had that knee left up a little bit high. So whistle comes. Good call.
Now, Harle actually scored a goal from about this range last week. Knocked it in from about midfield and bounced over the keeper's head as the keeper came out.
Stegman pitches it ahead and then right midair strike and a goal for Wenatchee. What a play by the Panthers.
Just put that right on a dime, and that finish, just a volley out of the air, quality finish there.
Olivia Harle with her 2nd goal, and it comes in the 29th minute.
Not an easy way to bring that ball in as you're facing it from the side and you want to push it forward and do that. So that was a great goal right there. Definitely highlight worthy.
And a beautiful feed from Hallie Stegman. Now a crossing shot here for the Panthers as they are getting hungry. Again, Harle was right there, but the goalkeeper, Sarah Deem, comes up with the ball. Could have been a landslide there for the in the Panthers' favor. We're now into the 30th minute of this 40-minute first half. Panthers in charge right now, 2-0. Another feed ahead for Harle. She's all by herself, and yeah, she's a little bit too much by herself, so the whistle comes. Offsides by the Panthers. What, maybe 2 steps in front of the defender there?
Yeah, not too far off. Pretty close. Keep threading that, and you're going to get away with a few, and you're going to get caught a few times, but you got to keep doing that. The defense has got to stay honest.
Substitution here for the Panthers. As out of the contest, Emily Eckert leaves us, and in comes Caitlin Bonner, senior defender for the Panthers. Meanwhile, a free kick here for Eisenhower as Lily Rodriguez does the honors. Ball intercepted by Wenatchee, and another feed ahead for the Panthers. Streaking up the far side for Wenatchee over there was that Piper Davidson? I can't tell from here. Hard to see the number when the ponytail covers it on the back. I know that our buddy Sebastian Moraga is trying to outlaw ponytails. The throw-in comes in midfield and picked up there by Hurst, and she'll back it away. There's Piper Davidson. I could tell her easily by the braided ponytails that she has. Nice idea on the feed ahead, but this will go all the way back to Wenatchee's keeper, Jarecki. And she'll quickly redirect traffic, go on the far side over there to near midfield to Stegman. Hallie draws 2 defenders, dribbles right past everybody, and then a feed up the far sideline again. And I'm going to have to get the binoculars out and help myself here. What they say, that's 10 for Wenatchee. But I have 10 as Piper Davidson. They got 2 10s on the field, or did I miss one? They've got 2 10s on the field, Matt, so you're going to have to help me there.
All right.
Maybe it's on the JV roster.
They could have brought up
no. It's not a 10. It's a 18. There we go. So, Natalie Zacharias. Or Zacharias. Nope. I got to get that right. Zacharias. That's it. Zacharias. I asked him before the game to help me with pronunciations. So, Natalie's out there. She's on the far side. That's number 18 for the Panthers. 10 near side. Battling for the ball right now is Piper Davidson. This ball redirected by Eisenhower, and it will go out of bounds. Nearly said Moses Lake for a minute. That's Eastmont's foe here this afternoon across the river at Wildcat Stadium.
Yeah, I have, in my own predictions, I've got the league title coming down to those 3 teams, Wenatchee, Eastmont, and Moses Lake.
Yeah, Moses Lake off to a good start. They had an impressive non-league win on Thursday, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, they're 3-0 in their schedule so far and looking pretty strong.
Stegman lost the ball in the back end for Wenatchee, but they're backing up nicely was Grace Coons. Far side it goes. As Zacharias had it for a moment. They'll back it up again. Coons will pick it up. Now they'll just feed it all the way back to Jarecki. Jarecki will just boot it right back up the left side. Coons with it on her feet. Picked away, though, by Eisenhower. And behind a teammate, and that's going to cause an offside situation here for the Cadets.
Speaking of names, I was watching the football game last night, the Wenatchee High School football game in the YouTube feed, and the announcer was did a great job of apologizing to everybody, second cousins, everybody else for mispronouncing any names and stuff like that. Yeah. So I get names wrong. I'm lucky if I can remember them, let alone pronounce them right. So.
Yeah, it's a challenge. It is a challenge. I was visiting with the cadets before the game, and I was going through their list, and I'll ask the girls because the coach sometimes doesn't even know his own kids' pronunciations. Mm-hmm. I mean, not often does that happen, but it's easier to talk to the players.
Yep.
Because they'll know.
Well, early in the season, sometimes these coaches are off of
hey,
2
you.
weeks. 2 weeks, and they had 100 kids try out, and then they got to learn names for 3 or 4 different teams.
That's true. We got a free kick here for Wenatchee, so watch out for this one. As Stegman will approach, crossing it over, the ball's loose in front of the goal, and nice job of recovering by Dean there. She lost the handle initially, but then was able to get up off the turf and come up with the ball. Boy, that was dangerous. Wenatchee almost went up 3-0 there.
Yeah, very good ball in, and a good job by the keeper there, staying in the mix and finding the ball.
I was asking Eisenhower pronunciations going down their list, and I got to Celeste Limon, and it's Limon, and I said Limon, and she goes, yeah, that's right. I guess, some of those names, they just get butchered all the time, so the kids are used to that.
Is that a silent N?
It's, no, the N is there. It's just Limon.
Okay.
So the N is there. It's just you're kind of swallowing it.
Yeah.
And then here's another name that's hard to pronounce. Kiana Yesaki has just checked into the game. Now, you want to talk about a basketball player. You're going to see this young lady on the next level. She's wearing number 20. She's out towards midfield right now. She's a defender for the Cadets. But come basketball season, this young lady is unbelievable. I mean, I'm talking... you remember that young lady for Kashmir a couple years ago who's now playing at Louisville? That's how good I think this young lady is. Yesaki. Crossing corner kick for Wenatchee, and weak side it comes. It goes through everybody. Will back out. Now back it all the way to midfield to Grace Coons. Roots it ahead, skips off of a foot, heading towards the end line, and touched last by Wenatchee. Nice idea down there for the Panthers.
Yeah, they're creating several opportunities and really making it difficult for Eisenhower.
They're staying on that ball, that's for sure.
Back to basketball real quick.
Yes.
Youth basketball, I mean, up until recently, I've kind of been disengaged a little bit. Mm-hmm. Obviously, with my superior height. Or is that inferior?
You're just diminutive, Matt. That's all.
I'm the Spud Webb of soccer. Haven't really been involved too much, but it really hasn't been growing as far as like technology goes and training techniques and stuff like that.
Sure.
Leaps and bounds. My niece over in Bothell is now young in high school, and she's been sticking out and playing lots of basketball, and introduced me the other day to what she's been doing training. And some of the facilities she goes to are a whole nother level. Professionals are coming back and creating these training facilities and investing millions of dollars in these things. And it's insane. It's really cool. And that's why you're probably seeing some of these Kiana Yesakis coming out and really the opportunities they have to take their game to a professional level, very young, is incredible.
Ball out of bounds on the far side will go off of Wenatchee. It'll be a throw-in for the Cadets here as we're in the 38th minute, closing moments of this first half, with Wenatchee on top 2-0 here at Lee Bofto Field, the Apple Bowl. Along with Matt Wisen, I'm Eric Granstrom here on your call today. Our broadcast, by the way, brought to you in part by BioSports Physical Therapy. Find them online at biosports.net, open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Also by Charter College. They work to get you to work. Find out how to enroll today at chartercollege.edu. We'll recap this one coming up at halftime, show you some of the first half highlights with our buddy Malcolm Whitehall back in the studio. Natalie Bowles collecting the pass in the middle of the field, feeds it ahead for Wenatchee, and see who it goes off of last according to the officials. They're going to say it's a goal kick, so off of Wenatchee last. Is hustling down there was Ava Coble, who's into the game now for Wenatchee. Sophomore for the Panthers. Yeah, it is pretty incredible.
Well, the
amount of training and the technology that, like you say, goes into the training.
I mean, it's not just like hitting a golf ball into a video mat.
No.
they've got all kinds of video analysis and instant analysis of the shots, and you're throwing the ball off a wall, but there's targets that are moving all over the place, and it's calculating everything and giving you instant feedback. And then you've got professional players that are retired running these things, and yeah, it's just
in talking with the and it's different here in Eastern Washington. You have that some, you don't have that near as much as you do on the west side, and that's in some cases a detriment to the athletes here in Eastern Washington. I mean, unless you have parents that have deep pockets to be able to ship you around to be able to do stuff, it's just not readily available as it is in Western Washington. And when you're trying to compete on a state level, no matter what the sport you're talking about, training and those things all play into it.
Yeah, that's my biggest gripe, I guess, with youth sports across the board. You hear pay to play a lot with soccer, but it's that way in everything.
Yeah, it is.
And it's not just financial; it's time, it's travel.
Oh, right.
And a lot of players from Wenatchee do go across out of the state to train and play with other clubs to get that experience and exposure. But unless you've got the finances and the resources available to you, it's just not happening. But which makes it even more impressive that you see athletes come out of Wenatchee that are successful, that are competing against these players with so many things to their disposal. That the coaches here, they're doing everything they can do, and the players and their determination and everything else is really great that we're putting out that caliber of athlete.
Time's now being kept by our center official here at the Apple Bowl as we get ready for halftime. Goal kick by Wenatchee comes near side to Sanchez Blanco. Ahead to Davidson. She'll redirect it to Bowles. Natalie puts a right foot into it out towards midfield. Intercepted there by a Panther player I don't have a name for, on a number 9 out there, and that's going to be our halftime. So just like that, first half comes to a close with the Panthers on top of the Eisenhower Cadets 2-0. You're watching live coverage of high school soccer today here on the NCWLIFE Channel, brought to you in part by Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, providing heating and air conditioning service, installation, and repair since 1982, serving residential and commercial. They specialize in indoor air quality. Also by Global Car Care, your vehicle is their number one priority. Diesels and European cars are their specialty. Pick up and drop off available. Stop by their website at globalcarcare.net. We'll come back with more at halftime here at the Apple Bowl, where it is 2-0. Wenatchee on top of Ike. We're back with more right after this.
When you call Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, you're calling on 35-plus years of experience in the Wenatchee Valley. Spending extra time in your home, you may have discovered an unwanted aroma. Stinky feet, pets, who knows what. Call Dick's today about installing their Train Clean Effects electronic air cleaner or a Rheem Halo ultraviolet air purifier. Either way, the air quality in your home will be improved. Proudly servicing all of North Central Washington, call 884-6444 today.
Hi folks, welcome to Save Mart. How can we help you today?
We're looking for a recliner.
Okay, right this way. Go ahead and move this chase on the other side. You can lift this up.
Great, I want that one. I like that one.
That's a great choice.
And I want this one as well.
Okay.
And I definitely want this one.
You'll find it at Save Mart. Full service at a low, low price.
Sure glad we went to Les Schwab.
I'm glad the baby's still happy.
Well, I'm just glad that along with tires, Les Schwab also does brakes, alignment, and a bunch of other safety services. I mean, if we'd gone to a cheap tire store instead, I'd be a doggone wreck.
My thoughts exactly.
Swing by today and get road trip ready with our always free pre-trip safety check.
Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
Yes, we would all love to have a crystal ball to tell us precisely where the local economy and real estate market is headed in 2021 and in the near future. However, what we do have here at NCWLIFE Channel are local experts we connect with every week to give us the inside scoop on all you need to know about your home and our local real estate market. Join me each week while we find out what's happening in the greater Wenatchee Valley. I'm your host, Crystal Hughes, and you are watching At Home with NCWLIFE.
And welcome back once again here at Lee Bofto Field of the Apple Bowl, where we are at halftime with the Wenatchee Panthers leading the Eisenhower Cadets by a score of 2-0. You see Noe Gutierrez here talking to his players about that first half, and we'll get a breakdown from Matt Wisen coming up here in a moment about the play of both of these teams so far. Meanwhile, let's recap that scoring in the first half, and it was both off the foot of the same person, Olivia Harle, with a fantastic job of attacking the defense, getting around not one but two players on the same play and able to root that ball in and give Wenatchee its first goal of the contest in the 23rd minute. That made it 1-0 Wenatchee on top, and it wasn't too many moments later. In fact, in the 29th minute, on a free kick for the Panthers by Harle Stegman, from about, 45 yards away, she was able to put that ball just perfectly in a position on a bounce where Harle was able to find it in midair and redirect it into the back of the net. And that second goal came in the 29th minute, and that gave us a 2-0 contest, is where we are at the half. Wenatchee has kept the slate tilted in the direction of the Ike goal through that first half of play for the most part. Cadets did a nice job of challenging a few times in that first half, but not a lot of shots on goal. So the keeper for the Panthers, Anna Jarecki, is kind of a little bored back there. We'll see what happens here in the second half, and Noe Gutierrez, what he's able to do for his Cadets, who, again, we mentioned coming into the game today, missing 4 of players that normally get a lot of playing time for him due to injury. So a depleted roster here for the Cadets today in the first Big Nine matchup of the season for the Panthers, as they lead it by a score of 2-0, but a long 40 minutes still to be played. We'll come back and talk to Matt Wisen about his thoughts on both teams when we come back. First of all, our broadcast here this afternoon brought to you in part by Harvest Valley Pest Control. You can rest assured Harvest Valley Pest Control uses kid and pet safe material around your home or office. Call today for a free estimate. Also by Les Schwab. At Les Schwab, they take your safety seriously every time you stop by. And by One Way Construction, your project, your way. Find them online at onewayconstructionnw.com. Back with more at halftime here at the Apple Bowl, where the Panthers lead the Cadets 2-0. You're watching Big Nine Soccer on the NCWLIFE Channel.
For all the latest news in North Central Washington, go to ncwlife.com or find us on Facebook. Got a news tip? Email us at news@ncwlife.com or call 888-2020.
Think premium can't be capable? Think again. Introducing the first ever AT4 lineup. Premium and capable. That's professional grade from GMC.
You love to help others. You need a solid career. You can have it all with help from Charter College. Our 10-month medical assistant program prepares you to work in healthcare settings like physician offices, rehab centers, and clinics. You'll learn to take patient vitals, assist with exams, administer injections, and maintain medical records. When you're ready to launch a rewarding healthcare career, visit chartercollege.edu, because we work to get you to work.
Hello, my name is Brian Brett, the Fire Chief for Chelan County Fire District 1, and I just wanted to talk about how amazing our Rivercom team is. They are intentional, purposeful, and skillful in everything they do, and they are the best at what they do. How they prepare, how they handle the caller, how they coordinate the emergency services, and how they push themselves to be the best. This is the kind of spirit that our Rivercom telecommunicators have. Our community needs you. We need you. We admire you. You're our lifeline.
When your heating or cooling system is giving you trouble, call the diagnostic doctor from Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning.
Here's the culprit right here.
All joking aside, when you call Dick's, you're calling 35 years of experience at customer service right here in the Wenatchee Valley. Dick's strongly believes in repairing before replacing, and they service all major brands of HVAC units.
Sure glad we went to Les Schwab.
I'm glad the baby's still happy.
Well, I'm just glad that along with tires, Les Schwab also does brakes, alignment, and a bunch of other safety services. I mean, if we had gone to a cheap tire store instead, I'd be a doggone wreck.
My thoughts exactly.
Swing by today and get road trip ready with our always free pre-trip safety check. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
Leading the Ike Cadets here at halftime as we were about ready for second half play. Before we get to the second half, Matt Wisen, talk about what you see as needing to change or stay the same for either of these clubs.
Yeah, so Wenatchee, things have come pretty good for them so far this game. They've had runner play. They're moving the ball around well. They're possessing it well, and they're up 2-0. And 2-0 can be a scary scoreline sometimes. But with Wenatchee, I want to keep them engaged in the game. I want to try and challenge them more, speed up play, do things better, crisper, faster, stay motivated, don't rest on the 2-0 lead. And if you're Eisenhower, well, today it's just not – you're kind of outclassed a little bit in talent. You're down 4 players, 4 starters. It doesn't mean you have to be out of this game, though. And while you may not be on the same playing field talent-wise, you can be on the same playing field, if not better than them, hustle-wise and physicality. So you're going to pick up that side of your game. You're just going to be relentless, keeping numbers around the ball, trying to find anything you can do to generate a shot. And if you can get 1 goal, the game is a whole new storyline at that point.
Well, and you look at those 2 goals in the first half by Wenatchee. I mean, an amazing job of dribbling and getting around the defense on the first goal. Second goal was a heck of a shot from near midfield on a feed that, Harle was able to pick out of midair and get it in. Otherwise, defensively, Ike has done a great job of marking players as soon as that ball comes into their end. So you can't feel too bad about things. But, yeah, sometimes that 2-0 score can be a mountain here. But you can't get it all at once. You can only get one at a time. And so we're underway here, second half action. Wenatchee moving the ball near side. The ball knocked away from Hegman. And will be rooted into Wenatchee's end of things, where Jarecki will pick it up as we reverse directions here for these 2 combatants this afternoon. Eisenhower now from left to right, Wenatchee right to left, and this ball will be taken out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for the Panthers here. As near sideline, let's see who's going to take it. Hegman will. She'll toss it in to Cosina. Back to Hegman. Crosses over. Stegman's going to take a stab at it. Then Sanchez Blanco on the far side. A little give and go back to Stegman. Then ahead it will go down towards the corner and just a little bit too far in front of Lillian Demas. So it'll be a goal kick here for Eisenhower. And they typically have had a defender taking care of that. Let's see if it's Lily Rodriguez Jr. chasing after the ball right now. Appreciate you joining us here on the NCWLIFE Channel. Our broadcast brought to you in part by Rivercom 911. Rivercom 911 is hiring today. See what a career as a telecommunicator can do for you and what you can do for your community. Go to rivercom911.org and apply today. Goal kick comes out and will go off of a foot of a Panther as Talia Hurst can't quite control it. So far side it goes to the Cadets on a throw-in. Pestered over there by the Panthers, and Eisenhower will lose control of the possession, and it will go out to Wenatchee as soon as they retrieve the ball from the gangway that heads down to the locker room down below. Sometimes, man, I think that's the thing that non-soccer fans might get a little testy about is all the time spent chasing balls.
Yeah, and Wenatchee's got its little, I call that the pit of despair. It just takes so long to get that ball out of there.
Because you got to go around and go down.
And then Eastmont's got, acres of land around there.
It's huge.
Their pitch. And it just takes a long time. You can see when they get to the professional level, they've kind of helped speed those things up a little bit.
Here's an approach by Wenatchee. Nice opportunity there, but a good job by Sarah Deem, the goalkeeper for Eisenhower, to come out and collect that ball before Olivia Harle could get another foot to it. And look at a hat trick here today for her. Ahead it comes. Sanchez Blanco. Little chip ahead by Stegman. Then redirected by Eisenhower. Cadets intercepted here in the front end, and they got a good push and a right-footed kick applied, but collected there. Esperanza Harle with the shot, but Anna Jarecki right there. I think that's only the second shot on goal today, really, by Eisenhower.
They haven't generated much, but that's going to be what it takes there.
Left side it goes as Mason Hagum down in the corner for Wenatchee. Cross goes over, and almost with her third goal of the day is Olivia Harle, just a little bit too high on her right-footed redirect. But a great attack by Wenatchee.
Yeah, good numbers, great ball in, and Harley's just right at the right spot at the right time a lot today. She's out definitely having a game.
Well, and some non-soccer folks would say, well, how is that? Well, she's working to get there, to be in the right spot at the right time. Then, sometimes it happens. Sometimes a bounce goes your way, but you got to put yourself in position to be successful. Ball goes out of bounds, so a throw in for Wenatchee as Jada Casina will toss it in near sideline. Double team comes against the Panthers, and so Grace Coons loses control. It goes out of bounds. Throw in here for the Cadets will be taken care of by Kennedy Leach. And then a little foot ahead by Garcia. But Wenatchee again right there defensively, as they've been all day long, it seems. Sanchez Blanco, far side. Up ahead it'll go. And there's Sanchez Blanco again. Nope, excuse me. It was Hurst who will feed it ahead a little bit too far for Demas. Seen that a couple of times. Actually, they're going to say it's a throw-in for Wenatchee. I thought that may have gone off of Wenatchee last, but no. It'll be a throw-in for the Panthers here down deep in Eisenhower territory, as Sanchez Blanco will take care of the throw-in duties along the far sideline. To Hurst, it comes in. Then back to Sanchez Blanco. A little two-person game over there. We got a flag in the air, so offsides Wenatchee. I didn't see which player was offsides there, or was it somebody away from the ball?
No, it was the player the ball went to. The line, when the throw-in came and the ball got played back.
Gotcha.
The line stepped forward and just left her off.
Left her in no person's land. Is that what you're saying?
Correct.
Okay. Gotcha. Dead ball here at midfield for Wenatchee. So here the Panthers come. They scored from not far back or not far forward from where they are right now with a kick by Hallie Stegman. She will not instead elect to go on the floor with this one. Coons pestered back in her end as Wenatchee tried to back it up to redirect. Now to Stegman at midfield. Here's the left-footed route by her. Gets past the defender. On the charge is Hagman. Hagman will cross it, and right there again is Sarah Deem to collect the ball for Eisenhower. Well, you saw Olivia Harle that time. She went weak side, and she was there. Touch by Eisenhower. Again, this will go out of bounds far side, so it'll be a throw-in for Wenatchee as Sanchez Blanco will go back and collect it. Our broadcast here today brought to you in part by Sangster Motors. The American Challenge is on at Sangster Motors, home of the all-new Yukon SUV. Along with Matt Wisen, Eric Granstrom coming to you live from Lee Bofto Field of the Apple Bowl, where the Panthers lead the Cadets 2-0 in the opener of Big Nine play for Wenatchee. Eisenhower coming in with a 1-0 record in Big Nine play after knocking off Sunnyside earlier this week. This ball comes harmlessly into the hold of Anna Jarecki, who will redirect it out towards midfield. But Eisenhower there. Nice feed across, the ball headed out, and then picked up by the Cadets, nearly on the doorstep there. But again, good job, Wenatchee, just folding back and helping out defensively. Hurst, Stegman, back to Hurst, far side. Looking ahead for Demas, ball knocked out of bounds on the defensive play by Eisenhower there. And again, it goes down to the, what'd you call that? The pit of despair.
Is that the, I'm trying to think of that movie.
Not the Never
Princess
Ending,
Bride?
Yeah, Princess Bride. I wanted to say Never Ending Story there for a minute, but yeah, Princess Bride.
Yeah, it just takes so long sometimes to get the ball out of there. I think they're just going to camp somebody down there for a while.
What is it, the fire-breathing rodents of unusual size or something like that? Now, this could be trouble for Eisenhower. We saw this earlier in the game where Wenatchee was in pretty tight, and such is the case here with a free kick, and doing the honors is Harle Stegman. So it'll be interesting to see what happens here. And you said that this is within her range.
Oh, she's got a cannon.
Right foot into it, ahead it goes, but right into the waiting hands of Sarah Deem. Nice job with the pause there by the senior goalkeeper for Eisenhower.
And on the other side, you see the punt that the goalie just put in. And these two players are very capable of doing some football, American football kicking.
Yeah, definitely so. Little wrestle for the ball here near sideline. Who's going to throw it in? It'll be an Ike throw in for Kennedy Leach. Header. Crossover that nearly came right to the Cadets here. A little dangerous play for Panthers defense. Leach again will collect it, keep the pressure on here, but Wenatchee again finally steps in front and intercepts and directs it Cosina up towards midfield. Then a touch by Bowles, and then way ahead into Eisenhower's territory, and that'll be a good job by the defense. But I was a little nervous there for Wenatchee on the doorstep, playing around with that ball back there.
Yeah, Eisenhower's getting a little scrappy and definitely trying to do maybe what I was talking about. Increase their energy level, their hustle, their physicality, keeping numbers. They're putting more numbers up high a lot quicker than they were in the first half.
2-0 our game, 51st minutes of this one here at Lee Bofto Field at the Apple Bowl. They've got football coming up, American football. After this, Wenatchee freshman game to be played on the surface. The scheduled time, 3 o'clock, but schedule's been kind of weirded out by busing issues for Eisenhower. And I'm not sure what's happening with this school district out of the Yakima area, but the last few years they've really had some busing issues. We've had delays in our broadcast because of busing in volleyball, in basketball, and now here in soccer. I know they've had issues with the football team. It just continues. But, I'm not saying it's a school district problem. This could be just a regular, just old-fashioned numbers problem. That's what we saw yesterday and what caused the delay for Eastmont today to play their game against Lewis and Clark today rather than yesterday. These districts and these busing systems, they're trying to hire bodies and nobody wants to work.
Well, and this was we saw this coming pre-pandemic.
Yeah.
We were having issues. So, I mean, sometimes tough times bring out, make little things seem a lot bigger than they are.
Well,
and
absolutely.
this is what we're seeing now.
Just as simple as you don't have a bus driver, you don't have a way to get the team to where they need to be.
Yeah, true.
And as simple as that.
And maybe it's a sign that we need to work things out a little bit better instead of things have come easy for a long time.
That's true.
And we've been able to expand the range of our playing.
That's true.
To get to a point where we're traveling all over the place. And
I know that with the pandemic last spring, when they finally were able to get a season together and they jammed everything in, to a 3-month period, that because of the pandemic, because of COVID, they made it so that it was a north central region North Central Washington region, so you had to stay within your region.
Mm-hmm.
And I know athletic directors were a lot happier with that because that makes it a lot easier to handle transportation issues.
Much easier. Resources, the financially, the time, everything like that is easier. And maybe that's where we could learn from that and revamp a little bit.
Well, Wenatchee's trip to Vancouver, Washington yesterday to play football, the school district here for that kind of travel, they go to a private company. They, hire it out rather than depending on their own busing system, the district's busing system, to be able to get them to a trip like that. And there's a lot of the bigger districts that do, employ the services of a private company in order to get that transportation taken care of.
Yeah, those long trips. I mean, an hour and a half or whatever to Moses Lake is one thing, riding a school bus. But further than that,
6 hours on a school bus. That was the trip for Wenatchee yesterday. They left at 7 o'clock in the morning to get to Vancouver in time for a 4:30 kickoff.
Yeah, I remember when Walla Walla used to be. I'm aging myself, when we had to make trips to Walla Walla for league games on a school bus. We didn't have the luxury of charter buses like they do now, and the vertical seats and all that other stuff, and I'm just glad I didn't have to make it as an old guy right now. My body would be screaming.
There's a nice job by Eisenhower on the attack, but right there, Wenatchee got a great defensive play from Talia Hurst. And we got a player down at midfield, a collision that happened out there. Whistle will come. We got two bodies on the surface as Eisenhower had the player that was making the attack there, Jocelyn Viveros, will come to the near side. And Eisenhower doesn't have a lot of reserves out here. Meanwhile, Wenatchee's got a player down on her back at midfield. And our injury time out here on the field brought to you by Confluence Health. High-quality care close to home. Confluence Health, dedicated to improving our patients' health with safe, high-quality care in 12 communities. That's at Confluence Health. So one of those where you're going for the ball and you collect with a leg, and I think, isn't that Holly Stegman that's down there?
Looked like she got kicked right in the shin. Right in the crease of the ankle. In the front is kind of what it looked like to me.
Boy, and she is hopping on one leg over to the – she doesn't want any help.
No, I think she knew right away that was something she didn't want to mess with. And
so she's going to ask to get retaped here, or just tape right over the shoe, right over the sock. She's tough. So Wenatchee and Eisenhower both have to bring in reserve players here as substitutes. And again, with the injury, it's kind of one of those give the ball up situations. Now we're back under play here, and we got another cadet that goes down. Another leg-to-leg collision out there as Bella Deem is shaken up on the Wenatchee side of the field.
Yeah, it looks like that came in right under her shin guard, or maybe over the top. Those shin guards are so small now, and they're more just for – I mean, they do a little bit, but, man, compared to the day –
well,
when they're more full coverage.
What's interesting, too, is that I don't know if maybe they've got, if you spend more money, of course, you can get whatever you want. But, I mean, the shin guards are, XYZ. They're large, extra large, medium, small, and they're so long. But you've got ladies out here that are taller.
Yeah. Well,
so there's a gap between the knee and the start of the shin guard and the bottom of the shin guard and the foot.
There's a big gap. So about 6 inches or so high now is what they're playing with the adults. Very small, maybe 4 inches wide. Minimalistic. About 1/8 of an inch thick, maybe less than that.
Well, and folks, if you at home watching this, I mean, we all know there's not a lot of padding naturally on the front of your shin bone, and that's what you're using to kick. And if you swing that leg and you come colliding together with somebody else on an unprotected shin bone, that hurts.
Yeah,
no matter what you got there.
I think I still have some numb spots on my shins
from
high school. They're still numb. I can't feel them.
Well, and I have hair on my legs that won't grow back from the amount of taping I've had over the years. My wife was asking me once. She goes, "Do you shave your legs?" I said, "No." She says, "How come you have no hair?" I said, "There's tape." She says, "Well, that was 30 years ago, Eric." I said, "Yeah, well, I mean, they did a good job of taping back then." So we wish the best to the youngster who is shaken up here, Bella Deem, the freshman for Eisenhower helped to the near sideline. Meanwhile, the ball again will be given back to the Cadets after the injury here. Wenatchee chasing after it, and nice job of getting back there defensively by Jada Casina, and it'll go out of bounds and throw in for Eisenhower. Kennedy Leach, the captain, boy, she was serious while I was trying to get pronunciations before the game. She says, ladies, she says, we're stretching while we're talking, right? She was serious. She was on it. So if there's anybody out there that's going to lead the Cadets, it's going to be Kennedy Leach.
Yeah, I was watching her warm up, and she's got a great shot. They didn't keep her. They're pushing her out of the back much more in the second half.
Yeah.
But she was shooting very well, and she's definitely been around the ball a while.
Wenatchee loses possession on the far sideline, so it's going to be a throw-in for the Cadets here as we're in the 59th minute of this one. Wenatchee scored 2 goals in the first half, and that's where we are still. A 2-0 contest, and Wenatchee losing control. This is going to be a corner kick here, so an opportunity for the Cadets here, as Wenatchee didn't handle that very cleanly in their back end. And so now a corner kick for Monica Garcia, the junior. We'll put it down in the corner, and let's see what the Cadets have. This will be our first corner kick. Is this the first corner kick of the game? I think it is. On either side. Well, maybe we had one by Wenatchee in that first half, but definitely the first for Eisenhower. Right-footed kick into it, and a collision, and hopefully everybody's okay. Getting up awkwardly is Anna Jarecki, who collected the ball, but then she kind of caromed and collided into a...
Ooh. And she got away with a handball. Nope. The AR missed it, but the center caught it.
Okay.
So it's going to be a direct free kick just outside the box.
This could turn the game around right here for Eisenhower. And you wonder, maybe a mental error there after a tough collision.
That and
just outside of her goal.
There's so many lines on this field.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So whom will it be? Is that 5? Looks like it's Monica Garcia who just did the corner kick for Eisenhower. No, that's not 5. Those on the TV can see it a lot better than I can. That looks like it is 11. Yes, it is 11 with the kick. And, off the hands for a moment. But again, Jarecki collects on the attempt by Esperanza Harle. Ball comes down towards the midfield area, and Eisenhower waiting for the pass, and that allowed Wenatchee to step in front. Jada Casina will bring it into Ike territory, but the Cadets will be the beneficiary of a ball that goes out of bounds. And a throw in here for Kennedy Leach, as she will throw it along the near sideline for her teammate Harle. And again, Wenatchee knocking it out of bounds. Here's a throw ahead again, looking for Harle down there. And again, Wenatchee Coons is there, but knocks it out of bounds. So just inch and long, and now they're suddenly in Wenatchee end. Kennedy Leach with the throw in down on the corner to Harle. Harle, the ball go off of her chest, and a nice job defending and getting in front of the player by Casina. And the ball goes out of bounds. It'll go back to Wenatchee. The throw in for the Panthers to Demas, but hustle play by Harle. And the ball this time will be a goal kick here for the Panthers. So a little more frenetic offensive approach for Eisenhower, and causing some issues for Wenatchee defensively. Off kilter a little bit. Harle again. The body comes in and collides with her. Bowles right there. Natalie takes the ball away just with a very physical play. A feed ahead to Harle, who has 2 goals already for Wenatchee. Harle battling, and Alyssa Lee there. Leach giving chase, and now it's going to be kicked out of bounds defensively. And putting a hand to her mouth was Lily Rodriguez. She goes, did I mean to? Should I have done that?
Yeah, a couple things going on. So Wenatchee needs to match this energy level that Eisenhower's bringing and keep that up. Otherwise, that's when those 2-0 leads start dissipating. If they sneak up on you, and all of a sudden you've been walking in a race and the other team's been running. And then secondly, Wenatchee's noticed when Harle came out, a little bit of a change there, and has lost a little bit of possession in the middle and lost a little bit of threat going forward. So just tactically, how do you deal with that? How do you change things around? Maybe bring another player in there, keep more numbers around the ball to make your passing accuracy increase a little better.
Yeah, that absence of Holly Stegman, who went out with an injury still being tended to on the far sideline on the athletic table over there, has certainly changed kind of momentum of this game. Feet ahead, far side. And who will it be? A crossover, a little chip again by Harle, and a great job on the attack by Wenatchee. Harle was right there on the cross from Mason Hagen, and just a little bit too high across the crossbar. But again, Matt, right place, right time.
Oh, yeah, but she's reading that. Like you're saying earlier, it doesn't always come by accident. That chemistry there, just being around the game for a long time, you know where that ball, the dangerous places are. You learn to read play a little better, and you put yourself at the point where the ball is arriving at that same time. Just better, quicker, and more often in the game than you do by accident.
Goal kick comes all the way out to midfield where Sanchez Blanco will redirect it into the chain link fence on the far side. Jocelyn Viveros, by the way, comes back in here for Eisenhower after she got shaken up earlier. Kiana Yesaki is the person with the throw-in on the far side over there. Ball lofted ahead, but there for Wenatchee is Jarecki again, who's done a wonderful job in goal for the most part here for Wenatchee today. Panthers near side, and we're going to get a whistle. What do we got?
Out of bounds.
Out of bounds. Throw in for the Cadets. Comes right into Grace Coons. Coons feeds ahead to Demas. Little give and go. Looking again for Harle. But defense just folds back for Eisenhower, and they just root that ball out of bounds. So it's a throw in for the Panthers here in the 65th minute. Time's a-wasting for the Cadets here on the road this afternoon, trailing the Panthers 2-0. Not out of bounds. They're going to see a free kick for Eisenhower. Apparently so. Didn't catch exactly what happened there, but doing the free kick honors will be Alyssa Lee, the sophomore defense player for the Cadets. Skims off of the noggin of backing up Piper Davidson. Cadets will control out towards midfield. Wenatchee stepping in front again. Harle giving chase, and out of bounds it'll go off of Lily Rodriguez. Throw in for the Panthers. Harle quickly throws it in, and then we get bodies colliding over there. Wenatchee, good positioning again by the Panthers. Lost the hang of the ball for a moment. Then a feed and a shot. What a job. Did it go in? No. What a skying effort by Sarah Deem off the foot of Wenatchee's Talia Hurst. Just a little bit high, and what a tip by Deem.
Yeah, fantastic save there. Great shot. Came in, I guess it took a lot of people by surprise, but great power on that shot, and good job. I mean, getting strong wrists going up for that, to tip that all over the bar. Kudos to the keeper.
So it'll be a goal kick after the defensive play by the keeper, as Wenatchee in the left corner with the corner kick, crossing, and a header. Just a little bit too wide, but again, right place, right time for Olivia Harle. Boy, if she was playing horseshoes today, she'd be a world champion. Close.
Yeah.
Close. A little discussion about who's going to get the ball here for Eisenhower. There we go.
I'm not sure why the keeper isn't taking that. I'm not a huge fan of having other players take those goal kicks. It just takes them off the field and reduces your
bodies ahead to try to be able to work something offensively. Wenatchee reverses it all the way back to their keeper, Anna Jarecki. Jarecki goes far side to Sanchez Blanco. Double team comes on her, but she dribbles through it nicely. And then will pass ahead for the drive by Ava Coble. Coble's got three bodies to choose from. Crosses over and right into the awaiting arms of Sarah Deem again for Eisenhower.
Yeah, good pace coming down the side there.
Boy, good pace and good positioning for Wenatchee with 3 bodies across the goal mouth for the opportunity there. Looked like maybe Piper Davidson was in the best position possibly to get a shot at goal, but no. Wenatchee reverses it back deep into their own end. Up it comes to Hurst. Hurst far side to Sanchez Blanco. Back to Hurst. Little give and go. Sanchez Hurst looked across to Davidson. Ball redirected by the Cadets. Coons with it on her left foot. Comes near sideline with it. Then a beautiful cross. And then ahead and into the stands it will go. We'll get a Cadet freshman player to come over and help out to get that ball back in play here. And she will hand it to Wenatchee's Emily Eckert. We get a whistle on the field. And substitution for Wenatchee as far side. Both those numbers on the front of the jersey are not as big as they were. Okay. Into the game for Wenatchee comes Ava Coble. Meanwhile, play underway for the Panthers, up 2-0. As we close in on about 10 minutes to go in this one. Midfield for the Panthers. Nice job of working the offense here for Wenatchee as Caitlin Bonner's done a good job of kind of filling in for that role of the injured Holly Stegman.
Yeah, she's doing great there. Hallie's been kind of, when you lose any player that's kind of like a playmaker in the middle, especially that spot, it's really hard. The team is so focused around working with that one playmaker. And so even though you have somebody else that might be the same caliber of player, there's a difference in the style that the team has to adjust to. And they've recognized that, and it's worked pretty well so far.
Sophia Garcia coming into the game for Wenatchee to replace Giselle Sanchez Blanco. Meanwhile, throwing for Wenatchee on the near sideline comes in from Emily Eckert, and then back to Eckert, and then she tried to feed it ahead for the Panthers to Harle. Harle, though, pestered there defensively by Alyssa Lee for Eisenhower. Kind of trade feet for a while. Ball loose out towards the middle of the field between the hash marks here at Lee Bofto Field. Directing it was Bonner, but then right into the waiting defense by Eisenhower. Nice job of shadowing that ball. Ooh. Careful. Oh, my. A little bit too careless there by Natalie Bowles as she tried to chip it back to her keeper, Jarecki, but then right there was a Cadet. That was a dangerous play.
Yeah, a learning moment there. Next time you just got to step into it with your head and really get it some pace coming back. Then at that point, the keeper can pick that ball up. As soon as you kick that with your foot, the keeper can't pick it up. And when the defender's closing in on you, scary things can happen.
Throw-in comes in and glances off of Ava Coble errantly. So Eisenhower redirects it again. Panthers a little lackadaisical on their passing here. Last couple of times down in their own end. See if they do a little bit better here. Coons ahead, it goes to Bonner. Bonner redirects over to the right side, though, to a Cadet there momentarily. Wenatchee still on the flush. Right side it goes. Here's the cross, and right there again is Deem off the foot of Mason Hegem. Well, not for lack of effort by Wenatchee, certainly. Panthers still up 2-0 as the sands in the hourglass counting down here for Eisenhower, and there are opportunities in this one. Ahead, the Cadets get it to Harle. Harle down the right side, the ball go to bounds as giving chase was Jocelyn Viveros. It will be a Wenatchee throw-in deep in their own end of the field here. Honor is taken by Emily Eckert. Beautiful toss in. Ball comes out center of the field. Lose control of it momentarily, but then collecting it back is Talia Hurst. Hurst looking up the far sideline, chips it ahead, but Again, getting back defensively is Lily Rodriguez, who will put the foot to it. Out of bounds it goes. Throw in for Wenatchee. Far side. Down in the corner. Again, she's been hustling, has Mason Hagum over there for the Panthers. We got an injured player for Eisenhower. By the way, let's run down what happened in high school football yesterday. Wenatchee, not a favorable trip on the road to Vancouver, Washington to take on Mountain View as the Thunder roll over Wenatchee 51-14. Moses Lake traveled to Lake City and got a win 28-21. Eisenhower lost to Lewiston 61-21, and Kennewick beat West Valley 34-20. That's all Big Nine. Caribou Trail Egg. How about Jack Croce for the Kashmir Bulldogs? He scored 4 touchdowns in the first quarter, 1 on a punt return, 1 on a kickoff return, 1 on a run, and 1 on a pass reception. That's better than a hat trick.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think what else you can do. A fumble recovery and an interception.
Yeah, that
maybe?
would be it, yeah. So 5 touchdowns he had in the game as Kashmir beat Granite Falls last night, 48-21. Cascade over Brewster, 42-22. Lakeside 9 Mile Falls knocked off Chelan 34-28, and Okanagan over Omak 27-18. Looks like Lily Rodriguez is okay. She's going to come out of the game on a trot. Also in B-League play last night, Tonasket shut out Manson 29-0. Waterville Mansfield got a win over Bridgeport 50-16. Pomeroy pounded Liberty Bell 58-12. And Soap Lake all over Pateras 56-6. Now on the schedule here this afternoon, you've got 2 o'clock game, Davis at Garfield, Entiat at Tico Rosalia, Skyview hosting Sunnyside. Here's a approach by Eisenhower. Nice opportunity there, but right there to scoop it up again is Anna Jarecki, as the attack was by Esperanza Harle. So Harle has been a familiar name here in the second half on the attacks here for the Cadets. Playing with a little more vigor here as they trail it 2-0. Midfield it comes. Ball redirected by Kennedy Leach, the captain for the Cadets. Coons trying to come down with it. She does. We'll go across far side for Wenatchee to Emily Eckert over there. Excuse me, that was Sofia Garcia. Ball near the out-of-bounds line on the far side in front of the Wenatchee bench. Garcia battling with Haro. Back to Haro it comes. Glances off of her foot, allows Wenatchee to collect it. Eastmont playing tonight at 6 o'clock against Lewis and Clark. That game is on, and they will play. The only way to get in the game, by the way, like all of these, basically, is the ticketspigot.com. So they're trying to eliminate the amount of exposure with selling tickets and handing money and things like that. And so the only way to get tickets for any of these events here in the area is ticketspigot.com. Just do a search for Eastmont and you'll find the tickets there. Free kick from the Wenatchee side of infield. Good opportunity for Eisenhower once again, but Cadets sent awry by the Wenatchee defense. Little battle here body-wise, and we're going to get a whistle. No card or anything, but they are going to say it is a free kick for Eisenhower. And it looks like it'll be Haro again to do the honors of the free kick from about 26 yards out.
Or do we have a JV football game or a sophomore football game coming up?
It's a freshman game coming up next.
See the team's staging out here in Pioneer Park.
It is Esperanza Haro that will do the free kick for Eisenhower. And again, the Cadets keeping the pressure on as we get late in this one. Haro, right foot, into it, high, over the crossbar, and it will remain 2-0.
Wenatchee's done a pretty good job of matching the energy that Eisenhower's brought in the second half. Recognized it. Eisenhower has definitely changed and had a better second half than they have had a first half.
Definitely.
And I can see the danger for Wenatchee is thinking that when they play Eisenhower next, that it's going to be the same team they see.
Yeah, no, they'll get the players back and healthy, and it'll be a different look, that's for sure. And it'll be in Ike's home field, which the next time these two play will be October 12th at Eisenhower. For some reason, looking at the schedules, Wenatchee has 3 more games on its schedule than Eisenhower does. And they have the same amount of non-league games, so I'm not sure exactly what happened there as far as the Big Nine scheduling is concerned. I guess Wenatchee does have a matchup with Central Valley, a non-league, right in the middle of their schedule, which is a little odd.
I think so, too. I'm not sure if I like that.
Yeah, once you get into your league play, you kind of like to stick to league play, I would imagine. But coaches are all about getting as many games as they can. So you got an empty Tuesday or an empty Saturday or something like that, then I guess try to get the game.
Yeah, I'm just worried. I mean, once I get to league play, I kind of want to get through it. As a coach, I worry about injuries, especially if it's coming at the expense of a non-league game.
Speaking of injuries here, we got another cadet that's down. Second time that Jocelyn Viveros has gone down in a heap here, and she is in a lot of pain on that right leg, looks like. So she is going to stay down for a few moments as her coach, Noe Gutierrez, comes out to deal with her as the training staff for Wenatchee also comes out to help out. Our injury timeout here brought to you by Confluence Health. High-quality care close to home. Confluence Health, dedicated to improving their patients' health with safe, high-quality care in 12 communities. Our broadcast also brought to you by Save Mart. Shop smart, shop local, providing outstanding value and service since 1962. It's mentioning Eastmont, Lewis, and Clark. That kickoff at 6 o'clock tonight, by the way. Ticketspicket.com, the only place you can get tickets for that. Coming up on the NCWLIFE Channel, we'll have soccer on Tuesday as Eastmont will host Sunnyside. Sebastian will be back with this headset on and match up with Matt for the call. That's 6:45 pregame, 7 o'clock kickoff on Tuesday night. Then on Thursday, we have volleyball, Eastmont and Wenatchee, as I'll be courtside with your play-by-play from Wenatchee High School at 7 o'clock on Thursday night. Then it is the Bridge of Sportsmanship football matchup between Wenatchee and Eastmont from Eastmont High School. Grant and I will have your call Friday night, pregame at 6:30, kickoff at 7, looking for a good one there, as Wenatchee and Eastmont will meet yet again in that rivalry. Back to her feet gingerly is Jocelyn Viveros for Eisenhower, certainly favoring that right side. So I don't know if it's an ankle or a knee, but she is in a lot of pain, that is for sure. So hopefully she's going to be okay. But boy, poor Eisenhower. I mean, the injury bug is not favoring the cadets by any stretch. Closing moments of this one where the clock is stopped, so it's all being kept now by the official on the field. As Wenatchee trying to hold on here for the 2-0 victory and get their first win of the season. In fact, first win in Big Nine play since 2019. Since we were closed down for COVID and couldn't play Big Nine ball. In fact, there was no season in the fall of 2019. Right? I'm trying to think now. When did COVID hit? I guess it
was 19.
Yeah. Wenatchee with a chip shot here and a goal scored, and it will count. I didn't see a flag up, and so it'll be a goal to make it a 3-0 contest.
Yeah, just threaded that perfectly. I don't know if she could have timed it any better.
JV roster for a number 9 for Wenatchee. Elizabeth Mayfield, possibly, a freshman? Because I don't have a 9 that's on my varsity roster. Yeah, it was number 9 that scored that goal. Or number 8. Uniform's kind of crinkled up a little bit.
It's hard to see.
Yeah. She's on the far sideline over there. Oh, that's a 9. That's a 9, so.
Yeah, 9s, 8s, 0s, they kind of really
they
blend.
all wrinkle together. So we're going to say that's Elizabeth Mayfield. We'll check with Coach after the game. But that, of course, came in extra time here. And a few injuries in the second half specifically, and there the whistle will finally sound, and that will bring us to an end to this one. I will head down field side for your post game. Coming up, we'll talk with Coach Vasquez, and we'll also talk to Olivia Harle here on the post game show after the Wenatchee Panthers get the victory here this afternoon over the Eisenhower Cadets. 3-0 our final. We'll come back with more on the post game coming up here on the NCWLIFE Channel.
For all the latest news in North Central Washington, go to NCWLIFE.com or find us on Facebook. Got a news tip? Email us at news@NCWLIFE.com or call 888-2020.
Think premium can't be capable? Think again. Introducing the first ever AT4 lineup. Premium and capable. That's professional grade from GMC.
When you call Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, you're calling on 35 plus years of experience in the Wenatchee Valley. Spending extra time in your home, you may have discovered an unwanted aroma. Stinky feet, pets, who knows what. Call Dick's today about installing their Train Clean Effects electronic air cleaner or a Rheem Halo ultraviolet air purifier. Either way, the air quality in your home will be improved. Proudly servicing all of North Central Washington, call 884-6444 today.
Hello, my name is Brian Brett, the Fire Chief for Chelan County Fire District 1, and I just wanted to talk about how amazing our Rivercom team is. They are intentional, purposeful, and skillful in everything they do, and they are the best at what they do. How they prepare, how they handle the caller, how they coordinate the emergency services, and how they push themselves to be the best. This is the kind of spirit that our Rivercom telecommunicators have. Our community needs you, we need you, we admire you, you're our lifeline.
Sure glad we went to Les Schwab.
I'm glad the baby's still happy.
Well, I'm just glad that along with tires, Les Schwab also does brakes, alignment, and a bunch of other safety services. I mean, if we had gone to a cheap tire store instead, I'd be a doggone wreck.
My thoughts exactly.
Swing by today and get road trip ready with our always free pre-trip safety check. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
Hi folks, welcome to Save Mart. How can we help you today?
We're looking for a recliner.
Okay, right this way. Go ahead and move this chair on the other side. You can lift this up.
Great. I want that one. I like that one.
That's a great choice.
And I want this one as well.
Okay.
And I definitely want this one.
You'll find it at Save Mart. Full service at a low, low price.
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders,
or something else altogether,
we provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free. Harvest Valley Pest Control.
When the people you serve are your friends and family, you see the world a bit differently. You understand that your survival depends on the health and strength of your relationships. Your word is your reputation, and that doing the right thing is the only way of life that matters. At Confluence Health, we remain humble. Trust is a gift that is earned, a privilege, an honor. And we remain grateful for the trust you place in our hands.
Yes, we would all love to have a crystal ball to tell us precisely where the local economy and real estate market is headed in 2021 and in the near future. However, what we do have here at NCWLIFE Channel are local experts we connect with every week to give us the inside scoop on all you need to know about your home and our local real estate market. Join me each week while we find out what's happening in the greater Wenatchee Valley. I'm your host, Crystal Hughes, and you are watching At Home with NCWLIFE.
The post-game show here on the NCWLIFE Channel will the Wenatchee Panthers knock off the Ike Cadets in their opener of Big Nine play. 3-0 the final, and getting two of those goals, Olivia Harle, who joins me now. Now, junior forward for Wenatchee. Talk about this game. They were a little walking wounded here today. Where you guys felt like you were pretty confident coming in?
Yeah, I think our main focus was really trying to be aggressive towards the goal, and I think we accomplished that in the first half. And I'm proud of everyone for getting that.
Talk about those two goals you had. First of all, the first one, that was some nifty footwork there. You got past not one but two people. Tell me about that one.
I just really wanted to be selfish. I'm never selfish in practice or in games. So I was just like, I'm just going to get after it and just take it. So, yeah.
Second one, you get a nice feed inside and pick that ball out of midair. How hard is that?
You just have to time your runs right. Our coach always is like getting on us about timing our runs right because we always have the opportunity, but we never time our runs. So I think it was a perfect ball and a perfect run, and we just finished.
Now, in horseshoes, I think you get points for getting close. Yeah. So if this was horseshoes, you'd have a lot of points today because you came so close to so many more.
Yes, I know. I'm working on it.
But we talked about that, and Matt Wisen, joining me on the broadcast, said, it's about being in the right place at the right time, but you have to work to get there. So tell me more about that from your approach, because you don't get those opportunities if you're not in the right place.
Yeah, we just work on building from the top, or no, from the bottom to the top, so work up as a team. So when we start at the defense and we just make our way up is when we get our best opportunities, and keep it simple and 1-2 touches.
Okay. So who might be watching right now that you need to say hi to?
Just hi to everyone. I don't know.
Well, two big goals today. Congratulations, and congratulations on your guys' first Big Nine win. I think you haven't played Big Nine plays in 2019 or something like that.
It's been a minute.
Yeah, just a little bit. Well, congrats on the win today.
Thank you.
All right, Olivia Harle joining us here on the postgame show. We're going to come back and talk to her coach and get his perspective on her play as well as his team after Wenatchee knocks off Eisenhower 3-0. We're back with more right after this.
Come on, I'm a certified technician. I was trained to take good care of you.
9. I've only been to the dealer.
I've been coming here for years. These guys are great.
Look around. The BMW, the Jag, the Volvo, they're all waiting for regular service. Well, the BMW has a little computer issue, but that's nothing we can't handle. Come on in.
From regular maintenance to computer troubleshooting, trust the Global Car Care technicians with your import, diesel-powered, or domestic vehicle. Global Car Care. They speak your car's language.
Dankeschön.
Hi, everybody. In North Central Washington, I'm Dan Kuntz, and I do the honors each and every weekday morning at 7 a.m. to bring you live local news, local weather, local sports. It's called Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. It's a fun show. I enjoy doing it. I invite you to watch it. It's Monday through Friday at 7 a.m. live right here on the NCWLIFE Channel. I interview movers and shakers. We have a good time. Start your day live and local. Wake Up Wenatchee Valley right here with yours truly on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Welcome back once again here on the postgame show as the Wenatchee Panthers knock off Eisenhower by a score of 3-0. And the day started late, literally speaking, because Eisenhower had some busing issues. They get here a little bit late. And if I know anything about athletes, it's all about routine, Coach David Vasquez, who joins us now on the postgame show. And that kind of throws your routine off, doesn't it?
Absolutely. I mean, you plan the night before your routine and what you're going to be doing and all these rituals that you have. And then, you're then told you have to adjust. But it's a good lesson for these girls, right? We also have sometimes have to adjust on the fly. So just an opportunity for them to learn that.
Well, yeah, as we've learned with COVID, everything's in pencil these days, and you get the eraser out, and then you figure something else out. Talk about this game. Eisenhower came in. They were missing 4 players because of injury. They kind of thin numbers. I thought, though, that they were pretty scrappy.
Absolutely. They same thing we tell our girls, right? It's you can do a lot with the intensity when you don't have the numbers, when you don't necessarily have the full development of your skills yet. The intensity can make up for a lot of it, and I mean they were vocal the entire time. Their captains kept them in the game and kept them energized, and that allowed them to be involved in the game throughout.
Well, Olivia Harle comes up with 2 big goals for you in that first half. Talk about her play, and Matt and I were talking that she's not there to make those plays if she's not working to get in position, right?
Sure, right. It's real easy to say like, oh, you didn't hit this one, you didn't hit that one, this one was off target. But in order to have those mistakes, you actually have to be there to make those mistakes. So I mean, she's making those shots and getting some on frame, and some we still got to keep working on. But it's visible because she's doing the work to find those opportunities. So
she just told us that she was selfish on that first goal. Sometimes it's hard for you as a coach, I imagine, to get the girls to, hey, you got an opportunity, attack.
Yeah, it's from coaching boys and coaching girls, that's one of the lessons I've learned, right, is that the boys, you have no problem getting them to be selfish, right? But with these young women, they play for each other, and the boys do as well. But they're very selfless. They want to reward the runs. They want to find their teammates. And Coach Liv has told player Liv consistently that you have to be a little bit more selfish up top. You have those opportunities, and you just got to take it. And today she did that in the first goal. She could have very easily cut it back, but she took him on, and thank goodness she did. And a beautiful footwork on her behalf. And the second goal, just finding the perfect timing from a perfect ball in from Harle Stegman, and just a beautiful finish.
Speaking of Harle Stegman, she goes down for you in that second half, and it really seemed to kind of take the wind out of your sails there for a little while.
Sure. I mean, you're used to, as a coach, having someone there who's consistent. You're also used as a player knowing that what to expect from the players that are your starters, and so we just need to adjust. But I thought that the third goal was evidence that we did adjust. So.
Well, congratulations on the win today. 1-0 in Big Nine. It's nice to have the Big Nine playing back.
Absolutely. Yeah, we'll start there.
David Vasquez joining us here on the postgame show. We'll come back one more time and wrap it up after this timeout as Wenatchee beats Eisenhower 3-0 here on the surface at Lee Bofto Field.
For all the latest news in North Central Washington, go to NCWLIFE.com or find us on Facebook. Got a news tip? Email us at news@NCWLIFE.com or call 888-2020.
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders.
Or something else altogether.
We provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free. Harvest Valley Pest Control.
Are you a take charge kind of person? Consider a career as a health unit coordinator. You'll work to keep health facilities running efficiently by coordinating medical providers, patients, and departments. The Charter College Certificate in Health Unit Coordinator program can get you up to speed on basic patient care, health records management, health and safety procedures, and medical billing. And the 10-month online program includes a computer you keep. Get started at chartercollege.edu, where we work to get you to work.
More time around here to Lee Bofto Field of the Apple Bowl as they get ready for football now. Next up, as we get out of the way. But first of all, getting out of the way, the Wenatchee Panthers take care of business with a 3-0 win over the Eisenhower Cadets. Couple of goals for Olivia Harle. And Mitzi Stegman with the second goal, or the third goal, I should say. She wasn't on my roster sheet, but Coach, thank you for helping us out on that. We've got more soccer coming up Tuesday as Eastmont plays host to Sunnyside at 7 o'clock. Be sure and tune in for that. And, of course, volleyball on Thursday with Wenatchee and Eastmont, and then the big tilt, Bridge of Sportsmanship next Friday as Eastmont plays host to the Wenatchee Panthers. Going to wrap it up for our broadcast here today. Thanks to Malcolm Whitehall back in the studios, to Josiah Davison, our line producer here on site, to Dan Kuntz also for helping us set up earlier today, to Hunter Mumma, and for Connor Hawk handling the camera duties. I'm Eric Granstrom. That's going to do it as Wenatchee wins over Eisenhower 3-0. Have a good afternoon, everybody.
Counterplay inside, picking his way back to the 10, to the 5, into the...
Thanks for watching High School Sports on your home for local high school sports, the NCWLIFE Channel. Today's broadcast was brought to you by Biosports Physical Therapy, Charter College, Confluence Health, Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, Global Car Care, Harvest Valley Pest Control, Rivercom 911, and Sangster Motors. Stay with us all year long for high school sports on your local TV station, the NCWLIFE Channel. We now return to regular programming already in progress.